Ladies and gentlemen, another day here in Jacksonville Jaguars training camp is officially in the books, and we have a whole bunch of news, notes, highlights, observations to talk about in this video, including a Travis Hunter touchdown in 11-on-11s and much more. However, before we dive into today's video, I do need you guys to do me a favor and go follow the names you see at the top of the list. Jamal does a great job covering this team. We're going to look at a lot of his tweets later on the show. Who actually is getting the ball during these 11s, who's maybe dropping the ball. I mean, we're going to talk about everything, okay? So make sure you guys go follow them if you haven't already done so. Without them, these videos are just impossible to make. Also, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new for more of these videos throughout all of training camp and preseason, regular season. With that being said, let's kind of dive into another day here in Jaguars training camp. So once again today, Travis Hunter was in this teal jersey, which means he is practicing with the wide receivers. And so far throughout camp, it was like wide receiver, cornerback, wide receiver. And then today, day 6, he's wide receiver again. So if they're going in a specific order, it looks like tomorrow or the next practice should be DB that he practices at. But again, they're really trying to establish him on both sides of the football. Now, during this portion of practice, he's working with not only a special teams coach, but also he's working on some DB stuff as well. So, I mean, he's wearing the wide receiver jersey, but he's still working on special teams and DB as well. So, he's learning a lot right now. I mean, you could tell he's got to learn the defensive playbook. He's got to learn the offensive playbook. He's got to learn everything, which could take time. Maybe why they're easing him into things right now, but it is taking place. It is happening. So I figured we should just kind of dive into the 11-on-11s and 7-on-7s portion of the video. There wasn't too much film because it felt like today they wanted to dive into plays of 11s and 7s early on and get a lot more reps in today's practice. Make sure you guys hit the like button. By the way, subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost anything to join the family. And with that being said, follow Jamal as well on Twitter X for more news, notes, updates throughout practice, right? Okay, so with that being said, they started off a little bit different. Okay, so over the past, let's say a week. Okay, over the past week, Tank Bigsby has been getting the first carry of almost every single practice. It's always been Tank. So today, Etienne gets the first carry. Now I feel like a lot of people are saying that Tank is going to be the guy this year. Etienne is going to play a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I think they wanted to switch it up today. And the first play of practice, he popped off a nice run. So things could be changing a little bit. But more 11-on-11s. Trevor Lawrence to Brenton Strange. Down the sideline, pass completed with Antonio Johnson in coverage. Next run was a handoff to Tank, which this one got bottled up. Then a handoff to Etienne. Wingard there in the backfield. Etienne spun off him. I don't know if they're actually bringing guys down in today's practice. Not too sure. Nick Mullins handoff to LaQuinn Allen. Bottles up. Jefferson brought him down. Handoff went nowhere. Nick Mullins handoff to Jackson. Short run. Looks like the runs aren't getting great space so far. Handoff to Etienne. Cut back to find a little bit of space. The only one getting space so far and finding a little bit of a rhythm is Travis Etienne. That is definitely something to look at. Trevor Lawrence handoff to Brown. Faked out the defense. Tyson tracked him down after a big gain. I'm guessing this is probably De'Ami Brown. Maybe on a end around. Let me go to the Jaguars depth chart here, just in case they don't have a running back, right? No. So it looks like De'Ami Brown probably got an end around here and had a big gain. So there we go. De'Ami Brown. Pass to Brian Thomas. Incompleted. Foye undercut it. Almost got an interception. Nick Mullins to LaQuinn Allen. Short pass. Incomplete. Dropped it. Not good. Do not want to drop passes here in camp, especially if you're trying to fight for some reps. Wolford incomplete. Handoff to Etienne. See, this is what interests me. Etienne's mixing in with John Wolford, who's probably what? Quarterback 3, I would assume. Find Nick Mullins. Yeah. Interesting. Handoff to Jackson from Seth Hennigan. Hennigan to Camper. And then we had some O-line, D-line. So Cleveland versus Lacey. Ezra put him on the ground. There we go. Ezra Cleveland. Walker Little. Or actually Little versus Walker. Little stalled him way to the inside. Okay, you guys can kind of go through these if you want to see a little bit more from these one-on-ones. I do want to get back to 11-11 red zone. This is where things get interesting. Trevor Lawrence to Travis Hunter, touchdown. Trevor rolled to buy time, and Hunter found a spot. Trevor put it on him in a great touchdown. Haven't seen too many touchdowns to Travis Hunter in this portion of training camp, but today we do get one, which is beautiful. Trevor Lawrence to Brendan Strange, back of the end zone, incomplete. Eric Murray, the new DB from, I want to say Houston. Yes, Houston with the PBU. Great job by him. Threw it out of the back of the end zone, probably just was getting pressure. False start looked like Johnson. Okay, do not like any false starts, especially if you're in the red area. You do not want to have a false start or any type of penalty in the red area. So not good. Nick Mullins to Washington, touchdown. Parker Washington's been good, man. Parker Washington has been good. Nick Mullins to Irwin, passing complete. Haven't seen any of Joshua Cephas today, which is interesting because I feel like he's probably been the breakout throw camp so far. He's been great. Haven't seen anything of him. So Seth Hennigan to Jackson to Trammell. A little fight broke out, nothing crazy. Quinn Allen and Foye going at it, as well as a few others talking. Got some DB, wide receiver 101. Trevor Lawrence to De'Ami Brown versus Campbell, pass completed. Trevor Lawrence to Travis Hunter versus Jordan Lewis, completed. Trevor Lawrence to Brian Thomas versus Jarian Jones, completed. As well as some other ones as well. So again, if you guys want to look through these, you guys can either pause the video or go to his thing to see who did good in what area. More 11-11 red zone. Trevor Lawrence to handoff to Etienne. Turned on the speed to get to the outside. Nice gain. Hunter Long completed a pass, or was completed a pass to. Trevor Lawrence handoff to Tank. Knocked him down the backfield. And every time Tank gets the ball today, looking like it's stopped in the backfield. Trevor Lawrence to Travis Hunter, pass completed. Foye in coverage, forced him out short of the end zone. Nick Mullins to Herbert. Handoff to Etienne, knocked down the backfield. Off to Jackson, to Washington, completed. Or Hunter, Trevor Lawrence to Travis Hunter. Pass caught, but incomplete. Hunter was out of the back of the end zone, okay? Right. And also, Josh Hines-Allen had a sack there that they would have counted if it was a game. Trevor Lawrence tucks and runs. Touchdown to Hunter Long. I mean, there's a lot here, guys. There's a lot here. 11-11 short. Trevor Lawrence to Brian Thomas, incomplete. I mean, you guys can go check out a bunch of these. Probably am going to end the video here in a second. There's a lot. There's a lot going on here. Go follow my guy Jamal so you can see even more. It looks like Travis Hunter is being targeted a lot in today's practice. I mean, he was getting a bulk of these throws from Trevor Lawrence, which is good. That's what you want to see. Trevor Lawrence to BTJ, complete. That looks like it's it for at least this portion. You guys can go check out. There's probably a lot more coming over the next 10 minutes or so. So go check out Jamal if you want more of these news, notes, highlights, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.